What's going on, guys? Welcome to the video. My name is Steve and I am a reseller. So there's this phenomenon, you could call it, in the reselling community where you say touch your still inventory and it will sell. Meaning if you have something that's been sitting 6 months, a year, whatever, and you go into your bin or whatever, your closet, and for some reason you move that piece or you touch it, pull it out, look at it, whatever you do, and magically soon after it sells. Well, it happens quite often. I know a lot of you can say it's happened to you, and I had it happen again. And these listings were sitting for about 6 months. It's a pretty interesting story, really weird. So I'm going to tell you that little quick story in a minute. But first I got a bunch of orders I got to get ready and packed up and shipped out. I'm not going to go through details on them. There'll probably, some of them will be in a what sold video. But I am going to show you the packaging that I'm using for each one, type of service, whether it's first class priority, because that does help new sellers, because shipping can be confusing. So thanks for stopping by, and let's get started. Alright, the very first item I'm going to show you, I'm going to pack it last, but I'm going to show it to you first. If you've been watching my videos a couple of months ago, I said this was one of my bucket list items to find as a reseller. Everybody talks about the TI, the Texas Instrument 83, 84 calculators, which do bring good money. You know, you could get $40 upwards of maybe 70 or 80 for the good ones. Well, this blows it out of the water. The HP 48GX graphing calculator. This one sold. I bought this 2 months ago. It's been sitting. I had photographed it and then I deleted the pictures by accident. And I just never got around to photographing again. Finally did. Listed it yesterday and it sold in about 4 hours for $194.75 for one graphing calculator. I paid $15 for it. It was marked 20 and they had a 25% off at a local thrift store. $194. But inside the leather case that it came with, it had a whole bunch of these software discs that go into the calculator. Math Pro. This one's called EE Pro. I don't know what it is. They have a whole stack of about 7 others. Now, some of them are going to be long, and I expect that. But yesterday, when I listed them, someone bought these two right off the bat. One for $78 and one for $54. Alright, first up is this Cobra golf wrench. I found 2 of these in a golf bag at the Goodwill Bins. This first class weight is going to go into a little eBay padded envelope. Can't get damaged. Mark it 4 ounces. First class weight. And that's simple. Next item, these are from a Yakuba bike trunk mount rack. And these are just the rubber straps to hold down the bike. It was at the Goodwill Bins. Pulled them off, loaded them up, and sold these for $32, $34. Lightweight, weighs 5.6. Could go into a vinyl poly. I'm just going to put it into this eBay padded, just for convenience. Together, 6.5, so it's 7 ounces. Next up, I have a Harley Davidson shirt. Picked this up at the Goodwill Bins. This sold for $22. But as all my clothing, I put them into a clear poly bag. If you're a new reseller, you don't want to incur the extra expense. These cost about $20 for 200. So you're looking at about 10 cents a pop. Not a big deal. I like the presentation of it. It keeps a nice fold. And I will just put that into a poly vinyl bag. First class weight. 6.2, so it's 7 ounces. Next up, we just have a little Corona tank top. Same situation, put into a poly and into poly vinyl. 4.2, so we mark it 5 ounces. And yes, I know every 4 ounces where first class is where the price changes. So whether it's 1 ounce or 3 ounces, it's the same. If it's 5 or 7, it's the same. But I teach people just to round up your 1 ounce. Even though if it's 4.2, it's going to be charging at 5 ounces. It would be the same charge as if it was 6 ounces or 7 ounces. But if you're learning, just get in the habit of rounding up to the very next ounce, mark it, and put in your dimension as that on eBay. And no confusion until you learn more of the process. All right, next up I have a Nike hat, again into a poly bag. For all my hats, pretty much all my hats fit into an 8x6x4 eBay box. The way I put them in is on an upward angle with the brim towards the front corner. And even the larger hats will fit that way. Sometimes you have to give the brim a little push down. And that's it, first class weight. It will be 6.7, and pretty much all hats come in right around 7, maybe 8 ounces. This one is 7 ounces. All right, next up I have a US Open hat, 2017. This is a soft hat. It's not really formed, but I don't put them in a bag anyway. I still use a box. Just gonna remove that option for someone to complain that the hat got crushed. So it doesn't make a big difference. Doesn't add any more weight. You know, you're talking maybe an ounce. 6.8, so this is also 7 ounces. And I do mark the weight and the item on every package. So I put 7 US Open. So there's no confusion when it comes labeling time. And while I was building this box, camera wasn't on, I just had to notice that something sold. Pair of vintage Levi 560 jeans for $38.75. Nice. And next up are these 2 software cards that I just previously showed you. Going to one buyer. I know things like this, they're supposed to be like in a static proof bag or whatever to be the case. But I'm just going to wrap them in tissue paper. That should do the problem. And then plastic bag. I will put a little bubble wrap around it as well. This is $133 sale. And then, now obviously this only weighs like 2 ounces. But since it's $130 sale, I'm going to put it into a priority, regular flat rate envelope. Costs like $6 and change. And I'm doing that instead of just a regular first class for the insurance. Packed up, flat rate envelope. Of course, I didn't have to weigh it because it is a flat rate. Okay, now for the jeans, I have 2 pairs of jeans. The ones that I just told you just sold. And a pair of Diesel Zatni. And I have to look at the custom SKU because I have like 60 or 70 pairs of jeans. And when you open a bin, they all kind of look the same. Bin number 5. These are all my Diesel. Now, we need the Zatni. I'm just going to guess with the first one sticking way up. Diesels are marked on the inside. That's the Safados. I think it's a medium wash. Zatni right there. Alright, these were the correct ones. The way I fold my jeans, I just open them up again, give them another fold. Just to be sure, make it easiest as possible to get into a padded flat rate envelope. Fold them long ways. Then I take this piece of the crotch that sticks out, and I fold it in. And I do 1, 2. And that gives it the best shape for a padded flat rate envelope. The other pair that just sold, which were Levi 560s. Distressed. These were women's, size 11. And these are them right here. Distressed and frayed. In the Levi bin. Now these are good. You can see by the ankles, a lot of fraying. All along the waist, a lot of fraying. But people love that. So there's a lot of denim companies nowadays that make jeans brand new that are totally ripped and distressed, because that seems to be a good style. People love that. So don't be afraid of when you find jeans that are like this and all ripped. These sold for $38. And I even had it the other day at the bins. Some lady right next to me grabbed a pair of jeans I wanted, but they were on the side of the bin where she was. And then she pulled them out, and they were kind of ripped down near the ankle or frayed. And she goes, "Oh, no good, look." And I said, "Yeah, no good." To convince her, she threw them down and walked away. I picked them up, put them in my bag. And the last item I need to pack up is this calculator. You see it comes with a leather case, and it is in the protective sleeve here. that's just plastic. So I'm going to leave it as is, like that. And I think I'm going to start out with a clear poly bag. So that's going to give it protection from the moisture. Now I got to figure out what type of box. And remember, this was $194, so I do want to package it good. It weighs 1 pound, 7.8, so 1 pound 8. It's under 2 ounces. It's under 2 pounds. I got options. Let me see what'll work best. All right, calculator is packed up. I just used an Amazon box, perfect size. Put it into a plastic bag for water protection. Put some bubble wrap. Took a little packing paper on the 2 ends, and it is good to go. This one I labeled up, and I did it on Pirate Ship. Now the rest I will line up in order as they are on eBay, and then I will do bulk label shipping. Okay, 10 orders, total of 376 and 12. So what I will do is the order that they are, I will lay them out in that order, because that's the order the labels are going to come out, and it prevents mix-up. And the 2 software cards, same buyer, he purchased them separately because they were separate listings. So I do have to do a combined shipping on that. They're both in the same package. Just go in, I print the shipping label off of one of them with the dimension, which is going to be flat rate. Then I just take that tracking number and I paste it into the other item. If you don't know how to do that and you're a new seller, I do have a video on my channel on how to do combined shipping. So now I have them all laid out in the order they are. First row, second row. Then I just go down my list and I see padded flat rate, 577. Now I go right down the list. 1, 2, 3. The way they were printed out is the way they're laid out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second row, 6, 7, 8, 9. No confusion. Besides them being marked, even though you don't know the item number, you have the weights. Now there's a bunch of 7 ounces. So if I didn't do it in this method, I would have had to write the buyer's name as well as what it is or something on there to identify from the label. But now I can just go down the order. I've done this. This is how I've been doing it for a very long time. Never had a problem. All right, so the whole thing about touching your inventory and able to sell, let me tell you a quick story. So I had these nautical flags, 12 by 18. They're for like sailboats or yachts or whatever of different countries. I purchased about 15 of them for 50 cents at a local thrift. Right away, 4 or 5 sold. I had 10 or 11 left, probably 6 to 8 months now, just sitting. Someone sent me a message the other night. Said, hey, I'm a school teacher, I could use these in my class. You know, is there any way you could give me a deal? I'm like, sure, I only paid 50 cents each. He wanted 10 of them. Figured, okay, that cost me $5. I said, I'll give them to you all for 35 shipped. Altogether, they're going to still be first class. Cost me like $5 to ship. I'll make 25 bucks, 20 something. No worries, they're gone. So, he says, okay, let me check with the school, fund person to see if we have the funds and I can do it. I'll let you know tomorrow. Fine. I pulled them out to count them, make sure I had them. The next morning, he sends me a message, says, hey, good to go, but I can't do it till later this afternoon when I'm home. And I said, okay, what I'm going to do, I'll wait till I hear back from you. Then I will delete all the listings, because they're all listed separately, except for one of them. I will change that title to 10 flags. I will adjust the price, and then you can buy it from my store. He said, no problem. 10 minutes. Now, these have been sitting in the closet inside my son's room for 6 to 8 months. Pulled them out night before, counting them up, touching my inventory. 5 to 10 minutes after that guy said okay, and I told him what I would do, my phone goes cha-ching. A minute later, cha-ching, second one. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. 5 within a minute, like every 30 seconds it rang. One person bought 5 flags. I was like, whoa. Sent the guy a message, was this you from another account? He said, no, it wasn't me. I said, well, this is crazy, because those flags have been sitting. I was going to sell them all to you. Someone just bought 5. Can't do anything about it. So he understood. He said, good for you. You sold them at full price, $12.75 each. And he bought the rest of them. It worked out for him. but really weird. Sitting 6 to 8 months, no action. I pull them out, count them. That next morning, someone buys 5 and someone wants the rest. I don't know. But has it ever happened to you? Put in the comments below. Have you ever touched your stale inventory just by moving things or whatever be the case, and magically you're like, whoa, I haven't seen that thing in months and I pulled it out yesterday and it's sold? Let me know. Alright, so all the orders are packed up. 9 orders to go out to the mailman. Now, I feel like going to the bins. Okay, they brought out the first row of clothing. All I found was a pair of Carhartt men's carpenter pants. And then in the hard goods that are existing, I just found a Specialized cycling seat, which is a really good brand. Alright, second aisle they brought out. I got a pair of Levi's 540s from 1996. Bronze tab. And I also got a vintage Russell quarter zip sweatshirt. Just pulled a nice vintage Guess sweatshirt. This would be perfect for Depop. It's only 9:20. I've only been here a little over an hour, and they've changed the aisles 6 times. This is going to be the 7th time. They crank them out fast in the morning. Here we're just waiting for them to bring out the new aisle. It's about 10 or 12 carts. You're not allowed to go in any of them until they're all out. Even though a lot of these people don't listen, they start grabbing anyway. Just pulled a pair of Lucky Brand and a pair of True Religion from the same bin. Keeping the Lucky Brand, but the True Religions I'm passing on. A little suspect. It's now 10 o'clock. They've changed the aisles 9 times. This is going to be the 10th aisle change of clothing, and they've done hard goods once. After this one, I'm out of here. Alright, so I got 10 items. It came out to 10 pounds, and which was like $20 and change. It's $1.89 a pound plus tax at my Goodwill Bins. So, first up, I got this all over print Winnie the Pooh. It is a UT, which is Uniqlo by Disney. All over print. Not a big money maker. I figure it's going to do good on Depop. So it's very lightweight. With the good all over print, I figured took a shot. Maybe I'll get, 10 or 12 bucks. I'll be happy. This is a vintage Russell. Here you got the R on the bottom. Russell Athletic, made in USA. Quarter zip. It's got the nice Russell logo pull tab. And it's just a quarter zip gray sweatshirt. This is a pretty cool vintage Guess sweatshirt. Got a little hole on the sleeve. Other than that, pretty good. That shouldn't bother it. Made in Korea. That definitely tells you it's vintage. And this should do alright. I'll put this on probably all 3, eBay, Poshmark, and Depop. And I got this vintage like track jacket windbreaker, still with the tags, which is pretty cool. This has got to be definitely 80s into the 90s. It says made in Hong Kong. The brand, never heard of, Solari Sporta. But it is vintage, new with tag, and this should do good on Depop. I'll try to get like, I don't know, 35, 40 bucks. Alright, next up, I got these Under Armour shorts. It's like a nylon, almost feels like a bathing suit. So they're probably just like a quick dry, waterproof type golf short. Nice branding. These always do good, sell fast for me. Then I got to get that denim. That's my main look when I'm at the bins. So I got 3 pairs, actually 4 pairs, and I passed on a couple. I left the True Religion. They were distressed, but that wasn't my concern. I didn't like the tags on them. Looked a little suspect, so I let it go. Lucky Brand men's jeans. These are the 181 Relax Straight, size 36 by 34. Lucky Brands do very well. Probably get in the mid-20s easily. Maybe even 30 bucks. Couple of Levi's. I'm always looking for the vintage Levi's. These are actually, some call it brown or bronze label. Bronze tab. That's not an orange one. Pretty unique. I think this is the first time I found the bronze one. These are Levi 540s. These are relaxed fit made in Mexico, but it does have the single paper tag, which tells you it's vintage. Look on the back, the date code, 1996. Another pair of Levi's, red tab. These are pretty distressed. Got a rip on the pocket, but that's all good. Now these have the ribbon tag, which tells you they're more modern. They're 505s, 36 by 30. So these are more modern. About 2000 actually. So these should go decent. The distressed ones always do good. And then I'm trying not to get a lot of women's, but BKE, I couldn't leave them behind. These are the BKE Stellas. And these have a nice distressing. People love that. Nice distressing down each leg. Nice fade. So those are a good pair right there. And I did also throw back the Carhartts that I think I showed in the video. They don't go for much money, the pants like that. They're only like $18 or so, so I left them behind. And only one hard good today. Mint condition. This is the brand Specialized. I don't know if you can see, it's got the little S. That's their logo. This is a body geometry. And the style is Henge right here. Henge. Bicycle saddles, some can go for good money. I've sold many. These should go about $40 range. Maybe even 50. Comps are up there. And this is lightweight, so this was probably about $1.50. Appreciate you watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.